to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Cheri. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Today we're talking about how to save money on your Disney vacation. I get this question a lot, so I came up with a little list and I have 13 ways to save money on your Disney vacation. So let's just get started. Number one is a Disney Visa. While I'm not saying that you should run out and go get a new credit card, the Disney Visa does offer you a percentage back. I think they have two cards. One gives you 1%, one gives you 2%. The 1% I think does not have an annual fee, the 2% does. And it just gives you money to use at the parks. You can use it at the Disney store. So it gives you a little bit of earning back on what money you may have already spent. They also have a couple other little perks. They have 0% interest on any Disney purchases for 6 months. So it gives you another like 6 months to pay that off without any interest. They also have special like card member perks as far as like room discounts. Sometimes it is just like early access if there's a room discount going on, and other times it is a card holder only exclusive room discount. So that can make a little bit of a difference. They also have like special like meet and greets. I think it only Epcot right now, where you don't have to wait in line. Actually, no, they have it at Hollywood Studios too, I think, at the launch bay. But they have like special perks there that when you have a card, you get other little things. Doesn't save your money, but it's also a nice little perk. Tip number two is to pay for your Disney trips with Disney gift cards. So this is the gift card trick. A lot of people know it, but a lot of people still don't know it. So if you have a Target Red card, you get 5% off of your purchases, but you also get 5% off of your gift cards. So you can buy a Disney gift card at Target and get 5% off. Well, it's not that much. When you're paying like $3,000 or $4,000 for a trip, it does add up and it can be a significant savings. They also have discounted gift cards at BJ's. I know with the holidays coming up, I saw that BJ's is doing like 6% off of the gift card. So if you have a BJ's near you, which is kind of like a Costco or Sam's Club, something like that. Sam's Club also offers Disney gift cards, and depending on where you live, your Costco may have them as well. Tip number three, if you're flying, carry on your baggage. Baggage fees are getting more and more expensive. They're $25 each way, $30 each way. And if you have like 3 people in your party, I mean, you're spending hundreds of dollars to check your bags. So if you can carry on, absolutely do that. Or if you fly like Southwest bags fly free. So that is another option to look at. But keep that in mind when you're booking flights, that if you are going to carry on your baggage, there's some extra fees there. Number 4 is use a travel agent. Full disclosure, I am a travel agent, but before I became a travel agent, I always used a travel agent for a number of reasons. Travel agents know the promotions that are going on and they can apply them to your trip. Additionally, if a promotion comes out and you have already booked your trip, they can apply that new promotion to your trip and you don't have to do it. You don't have to get online, you don't have to call, you don't have to do anything. A good travel agent will automatically apply that. Using a travel agent is free. My services are at no cost to you. Not all travel agents are free though. Some do charge a planning fee, so do look into that, but it really costs you nothing and they can save you money. Also, if you're using a travel agent, they know the ins and outs of Disney and they know how to plan the best Disney trip for you within your budget. Next, if you have 5 people in your party, look at staying at a moderate resort instead of a value resort. A lot of the values are not going to hold 5 people. They're going to make you go into a suite, which is oftentimes more expensive than staying just in a standard room at a moderate, because a lot of the moderates do sleep 5 people. So always compare pricing and look at that moderate, not just the value, because you may still save money. Tip number 6, stay on property. Yes, a lot of people think that they can save more money by staying off property, but that is not always the case. If you stay on property, you have access to the Magical Express if you fly into MCO, Orlando International Airport, which will take you directly to your resort. Additionally, there are transportation options within Walt Disney World, and so you don't need to rent a car. You don't need to pay for parking. Parking at the parks is $25 a day, and also if you stay off property, a lot of times that resort is going to charge you to park your car at the resort as well. So do your homework. I can't tell you how many times I have pulled quotes looking at staying on property and looking at staying off property, and on property was actually less expensive. Next, play with your travel dates. Oftentimes, hotels and airfare can be cheaper if you travel during the week versus the weekends. Now, I do know that schedules often don't allow this, but definitely if you can, look at flexible travel dates and see if just by maybe leaving a day or two later or a day or two earlier will save you money, because oftentimes it will. Get an annual pass. I know you're like, what? An annual pass is so expensive, and you're right, it is. However, purchasing an annual pass can be cheaper depending on how many days are in your trip. The break even for an annual pass is generally between 10 to 12 days in the park per year. However, having an annual pass also gets you some other perks that do save you money. You save 20% on all of your merchandise. So if you buy a lot of Disney merchandise, that can be a huge savings. You get discounts at table service restaurants. Oftentimes it's only 10%, but that 10% can add up. You do receive free parking at the parks. So if you're staying off property, maybe that annual pass will save you a lot more money because you're not paying $25 a day to park. Also, you'll get discounts on hard ticket events like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Also, if you have an annual pass, Memory Maker is included, which is $169. So if you figure that into the cost, including your ticket, even if one person in your party gets an annual pass, that person, as long as they're the primary and is paying, will get all the perks. So definitely look into one person purchasing an annual pass, because it can save you a lot of money if you have a little bit longer vacation, or if you're planning on doing 2 shorter vacations during the year. Next is order groceries. There are so many grocery delivery services out there. We have ordered groceries only from Amazon Prime now. It's worked out really well for us. The resorts are charging a delivery fee now. I think it is $6, but even so, I think that it is a small price to pay. We have often ordered breakfast items, so like instant oatmeal or granola bars, things that we can quickly grab as we go into the parks in the morning, especially if we're running late. The other thing is snacks. Not so much now, but when my son was younger, he was definitely a snacker and wasn't a big fan of all of the Disney snacks like he is today. So we would buy like goldfish crackers, pretzels, those kind of things that we could easily take into the parks with us. Number, I think 11, 10 is don't get a park hopper ticket. Now, I am a huge believer in park hopper tickets. We always get park hoppers. I always advise my clients to get them. It just gives you so much more flexibility in your vacation. However, if money is an issue, look at not adding that park hopper. It is $60 per person. I think it's like $83.17 with tax, but the park hopper is the same price whether you have like a 1-day ticket or whether you have a 10-day ticket. You don't pay more for the park hopper the more days you add. But if you have a larger party, maybe there's 5 or 6 of you, that park hopper ticket can really add up. So look, run the numbers and compare adding that park hopper or taking it off. A lot of people don't realize this next one, but if you are going to go to a party, whether you're going to go to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, even though the party doesn't start until 7, you can get into the parks starting at 4. And a lot of times the Magic Kingdom is not as crowded on those party days because people don't want to go if they don't have a park hopper because they have to leave at 6, or maybe they just don't want to bother going and having to switch parks in the evening. So if you get to the park then at 4 o'clock, you might not necessarily need a park ticket for that day. You can do a pool day that day or go to Disney Springs and then get to the Magic Kingdom at 4. Now you can schedule fast passes between 4 and 7 if you have that party ticket. And so you're able to ride rides before the party and before the festivities start, but oftentimes the parties are not as crowded, and so you can get a lot done. So maybe you need one less park ticket if you are planning on going to one of these parties. The same idea also holds true somewhat for after hours. You don't get to go in early, but because after hours parties are usually so not crowded, you're able to do the entire park more or less in just a few hours. So maybe you are able to shave off another park ticket day. And then the final two I feel like everybody knows, but you do not need to purchase bottled water at any of the parks. All of the quick service restaurants will give you free ice water. Some of the quick service restaurants actually will have like a stand out there and have water. Others will have like a counter on the tray where you can just grab water. But you know, bottled water is expensive. I think it's, what is it, $3.50 now? So that does add up. So don't forget, you can get your water at any of the quick service restaurants. And finally, split meals. Portions at Walt Disney World are huge, especially at table service restaurants. A lot of times my husband and I will get an appetizer and then an entree, and then we will just split them. We don't each have to get an entree because those entrees are huge. We often do this at quick service restaurants too, especially if there is a snack or maybe a dessert that we want to try. We will just split the entree and then get the dessert. Those are my tips to save money on your Walt Disney World vacation. Did I forget any? Do you have other tips that I did not mention? Go ahead and tell me in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!